What is up, y'all? It's your girl Brand New, and I am back in the building. And this time, honey, I'm back for part 3 of my Lauren London series. For part 3, there is a content creator by the name of G. Lowry. He did a video on Lauren London and how Kodak Black was trying to shoot his shot at Lauren London after Nipsey died. We all know that story where T.I. and some other rappers dragged him because it was inappropriate. You know, even though Nipsey is gone from this earth, that's still his woman, you know, and Lauren is grieving, and, you know, it was very disrespectful. At least that's what I thought. I want to play G. Lowry's video because I felt like he made some good points. So I'm going to let the video play, you all, and I will be in and out with my commentary.
I get it. I really get it. Y'all don't like what I had to say about Kodak trying to put his bid in with Lauren London. But regardless, I'm not making any apologies, and I'm not changing my position on what I said. But I was reading through the comments on that video, and I saw one person say something to the effect that Kodak is ugly and she wouldn't want to be with him anyways. Now, I'm not going to sit up here and argue over whether or not another dude is ugly. However, I will say the type of dude Kodak portrays himself to be is the exact type of dude Lauren London will more than likely end up with in her next relationship. So in case you don't know, some years ago, there was this popular men's magazine called King Magazine.
Really quickly, you guys, before he continues, do you all see Lauren London hooking up with a Kodak Black? I know what he's talking about as far as the type of dude that Kodak Black is, but I don't see her hooking up with somebody like him. I think she will probably get with somebody hood, but not somebody that looks like Kodak Black and not somebody that act the way that he do. One thing that people are kind of missing when it comes to Nipsey Hussle is that Nipsey Hussle was an intellectual. He was a very smart man. Like I put in my comments, you know, this is a man that reads audio books before he goes to bed. That's somebody that's training their mind on how to deal with the complications of life. So when you run into a man like that that's intellectual and really backs up what he says, because let's be honest, Nipsey was about that life, you know, in terms of being an entrepreneur and trying to help out his community. You know, he did that. He made his mark before he died. You know, he has some things that he has left to his children. They have money. They're going to be taken care of. Lauren is taken care of. She was able to get a Puma deal. I believe it was his deal first, but she was able to, you know, fulfill the obligations, you know, in terms of the Puma deal. Her and Nipsey, though, I believe they were going to do business together anyway. So a lot of people is making a big deal saying that she shouldn't have got that Puma deal. That was Nipsey's. She set him up. I do not believe any rumors of her setting Nipsey up. I do not get that from Lauren. I know there are a lot of videos that are circulating on YouTube, you know, that says something different. Says that Lauren was the type of woman that would set Nipsey up and, you know, now she's with Diddy. I don't believe any of that. I think that people have a way of twisting, you know, what's real. I don't know. I feel like some people on YouTube, they take things to another level and they really, you know, they're making money off of YouTube. You know, they have the subscribers, they're making the coin, and a lot of you all, you know, you buy into that. So as long as you keep buying into that, then they are going to keep creating the content. Okay? And it's so funny because you will catch some of these content creators And they will say things like, well, people will do anything for money. Excuse me, have you seen yourself? Shit. It's just like my other video with Nene. You got all these content creators dragging Nene, but look at how y'all act in y'all damn videos. Y'all have some of the same traits she got. So when I see the stories of Nipsey and Lauren and she's using him and, you know, and I don't believe all of that, you guys. I don't believe it. What I do believe is Nipsey Hussle was too accessible. He should have had protection on him. His security should have been with him. I don't think that he realized that he was the celebrity that he was, you know, before he died. And I think even his brother did an interview saying that Nipsey would just go anywhere and be all up in the community. That's cool to help the community, but sometimes your community, they don't want to really help you. Okay, so you don't really see a lot of other rappers, you know, that have businesses like right in their community per se. You can't do certain stuff because everybody is not going to have the best of intentions. I don't think, though, that Nipsey had the right to be murdered and all of that, you guys. That was horrible. No one deserves that. Nipsey, of all people, didn't deserve that. He seemed like a really nice guy. That was just trying to make changes in his life, like, you know, like we all do. So, but I never got a good vibe from him, though, because I know once you're in a gang, you're kind of always in a gang, even if you are trying to change your life, you know. And if you are trying to change your life, like I said before, I don't think he should have put that store right there. And like I said, I feel like he should have had security. He should have been, you know, had something on him. It just, I don't know. I feel like that is the problem with the situation, that he did not protect himself as far as having the right people around him. And, you know, and I think that they caught him at a moment, you know, where he just wasn't thinking that, oh, I'm going to lose my life. I'm at my store. I think the day he died, he was trying to help somebody out, you know, so he definitely did not deserve that. But that's what I think of the situation. I just think he was ill prepared. I'm not going to go into, well, Lauren was using him. Well, you know, Lil Wayne didn't like Nipsey, and Lil Wayne had Lauren London set Nipsey up, and all of that is all these conspiracy theories. I ain't got time for it. It is what it is, y'all.
That used to showcase nothing but quote-unquote urban models. Urban meaning thick black women, because these same type of women didn't fit the body physique or image of what more popular magazines would consider to be model-worthy material. But in the black community, most of us never really cared about what the mainstream media deemed as sexy to begin with. But anyways, some years ago, King Magazine had a feature on Lauren London. And in this feature, they were asking Lauren about the type of man that she is attracted to. So in case you all don't remember this, let me go ahead and read to you all what Lauren had to say. Oh, before I do, you know, shout out to SWP, or Sarge Willie P, for those you don't know who he is. But I actually heard him mention this in one of his recent videos because I had totally forgot all about this article. But here's what Lauren London had to say about the type of dudes that she's into. So King Magazine asked Lauren the following question. They said, so you want a man who's both honest and thug? Lauren, she then said the following. She said, an authentic gangster that deletes about half the rap game off your list. I love guys who are street. I won't even give soft guys a chance. Menace to Society is my shit. Kane was my first crush. Actually, O-Dog was my true dream guy. I was in love with him from that opening scene where he pops the convenience store worker. He had me from the gunshot. He was hood, and I love that. Alright, so that's a quote straight from Lauren London.
Child, that is too much. Lauren, say it ain't so, sis. Say it ain't so. Now, let me say this. I am a big fan of Menace to Society. It is one of my favorite movies. You know, a lot of you all don't know that about me, but I know that movie inside and out, honey. I remember that one part with the grandmother. Ooh, ooh, ooh. Y'all remember Kane's grandmother? Ooh, ooh, ooh. She kept making that damn sound. I love Menace to Society. I love Kane, Old Dog. I would never want to date those type of guys, though. You know, we saw what happened at the end of that movie where Kane ended up getting killed. But like he said, Lauren London did say that. So did she project, you know, when it came to dealing with somebody like Nipsey? Yeah, she projected that into her life. That is something she wanted to live in a certain way. I don't think she wanted him to die, but like I said before, y'all, we have to be careful about the men that we choose. Okay? We have to be careful. If you don't want to be at no damn funeral every year of your life, you got to make some different decisions. And you are also raising children. These children need their father. You can't be picking out some man that can be murdered tomorrow that's in a gang. And even if he's out of the gang, he does not need to be in a neighborhood that is questionable. He needs to be in the Hollywood Hills, okay? He needs to have protection on him. He needs that, like, the type of man, like, now that I know everything about, you know, Nipsey should have been more protected. Okay, and a lot of people said that Nipsey didn't want to be protected. But, I mean, this is what happens when we don't listen. You know what I'm saying? Like I said before, he did not deserve that. But, you know, we just can't put ourselves in certain situations because when we do, it makes it hard for the viewing audience and the public to feel sorry for us. You know what I'm saying?
About the type of men she's into, and due to her history of dating and being one of the baby mamas to Lil Wayne and Nipsey, well, we can all see that she wasn't playing around about the type of dudes that she's into. Granted, she chose to get with dudes who transitioned from street niggas to successful rap street niggas, but all in all, they are, or they were, still street niggas at heart. So, all of you complaining and getting caught up in your feels about what Kodak said, I mean, listen, Kodak is the exact type of dude she will more than likely end up with next. I promise you that. You know, she's not about to be out there looking for a square type of dude, even if that square dude got paper. She wants a nigga with either 10 toes down in the streets or 1 foot in and 1 foot out like Nipsey. Regardless of how it goes, at least 1 foot has to be in the streets at all times for her liking, or else you ain't about to be getting any play from her.
What I do wish would happen with this situation with Nipsey and him losing his life, I really hope, and this is what I hope, you guys, okay? I hope that Lauren begins to take her dating life more serious. I just really hope that, you know, because like I said, you have children and you can't afford to be, you know, dating or married to another Lil Wayne or another Nipsey. You can't really afford that. So, you know, it's time to choose a different type of guy. But like I said, you all, when it comes to Nipsey, it's hard because this is what I know about Lauren. Lauren said that she was like around gang members and stuff, like when she was, because she's from LA and it's really big there. So I'm thinking with Nipsey, it wasn't a big deal because it's like, I think she said somebody in her family or something was in a gang. So do you see what I'm saying? Like, when you are already around that, you're not looking at Nipsey like he's the big bad wolf. He feels familiar to you. But, like I said before, you can't be with somebody like that unless you are willing to deal with the positive consequences of being with somebody like that and the negative consequences. And it will be more negative than positive. You don't have to choose a guy that works in an office. You know, you don't have to choose so-called corny guys. But I do think she needs to stay away from gang members, even anybody that used to be in a gang. Rappers, I would leave them alone. The athletes, like, deal with like businessmen and get somebody. I always tell women, try to get somebody 40 plus, because if you're dealing with people that's like younger, it really though depends, you guys, because sometimes a guy could be in his 30s and be really mature. I'm just going off of like the people that I've dated in my life. And I just realized relationships to me seem more serious when you're dealing, you know, with a guy that's like late 30s. So if he's in his 30s, you're in your 20s, long as he's older than you by a good 7-8 years or something like that, 10 or 11 would be even better, honey. Okay. But as long as the guy is like older, then I feel like you kind of halfway got a chance. Because a lot of these men, they don't mature until later on in life. You know what I'm saying? Until they have really lived life. So I think that, you know, she just needs to make better choices. And I hope this situation teaches her what she needs to learn. Because when I look at the situation, it looks like a big ass lesson. Okay, they say in life, when God is trying to speak to us, sometimes it'll be like a little pebble. It'll thump us upside the head. And sometimes it'll be a really big tragedy, something big. Have you ever had something in your life that really got your motherfucking attention and said, you know what, bitch? Not today, and tomorrow don't look good either. I ain't doing that no more. I'm not going that way no more. I'm not driving down that road. That's gonna fuck up my car. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, life is always talking to us. Go this way. Be around these people. Be over here with these people. You could trust these people. You know, so I really, really hope that Lauren gets the message. Okay, and I hope she changes the way she thinks about men and the type of men she wants around her and her sons. Because you don't want to go to any more funerals, sis. Okay?
And don't sit up here and think for a second that the passing of Nipsey is about to change her perspective on some Sierra Russell Wilson type of shit. No, it's not.
And like I said, she don't have to get a Russell Wilson. Let's be honest, y'all. Russell Wilson, he does, you know, appear to be a nice guy, but some women, they just not attracted to him. They not checking for him. But guess what, ladies? You ain't got to date a guy like him. You don't. There's other different type of guys. You know, they got a little swag to them, okay? Just make sure they ain't in the streets with they swag.
I believe Lauren London is about that life, 100% of wanting nothing but street niggas. But here's what I don't understand about the rest of you all who feel the need to fly around with your capes on to protect Lauren London. Is this not a part of the game that she chose to voluntarily put herself in? I mean, if you date a street nigga with either both feet in or 1 foot in and 1 foot out, isn't this a part of the game that women like her must accept? If you date a nigga who is selling dope, You have to be willing to accept that at any moment, that dude could be killed, locked up, or somebody gonna come pull a kick door on your house. If you date a nigga that's about that gangbanging life, whether he's still all the way in or halfway out, you have to expect that at any moment he'll get locked up or become a victim of the streets.
That is very true. He makes an excellent point when it comes to that. I know I talked to this guy, right, before I did this video. This guy has a record, okay? So he is very familiar, honey, when it comes to the police and being arrested, okay? He got him a little rap sheet on him, okay? But he's still a good person in my book, okay? But I asked him. I said, sir, I'm doing this video on Lauren London, and I really want to get your perspective, because I know that there are different perspectives on a topic like this, and I wanted to get it from the other side. So I specifically pointed him out, because the other side of this is we all fall and we all get up and we all, make mistakes, and maybe, you get with somebody that, they are from the streets. They sold drugs. They did this. They have a past. Everybody has a past, okay? So I said, well, should she, choose better in the future? Or is, Nipsey just some man that he was a good guy? Because like I told y'all, Nipsey has some wonderful qualities to him. Very intellectual, very, much into being an entrepreneur. And, he was a really good dude. But let's be honest, he was in a gang. And, he was about that life. Because I seen a video with Nipsey. I think he slapped the shit out of somebody and shit. I was like, God damn, Nip, what you doing, honey? Okay, hold up now. So I saw that other side of Nipsey. So I asked my friend, I said, well, is this a situation with Lauren where, this was an accident and, Nipsey, he ended up being killed off some bullshit? Is it anything that Lauren could do? Did she purposely seek this out? And the guy, he pretty much was like, yeah, she seek this out. And I'm like, well, why would you say that? You got a rap sheet. You got shit, going on with you. So what if Lauren fell in love with you? And he was just like, I'm going to just tell you the real. When it comes to the streets, you just got to choose better. You can't be dating guys that's, used to be in a gang, that, be selling drugs, and you can't be with that type of dude. And I was shocked that, this guy said what he said. I was shocked because I thought he would come from the perspective of, yeah, you could get out in the world, and you can make mistakes. And these women, should give you a fair chance. I thought that he would say that, but he was like, no, these women need to choose better. And if you do happen to get with a street dude, make sure that he has left that life behind. Make sure he don't have a business in the hood. Make sure that he don't live in the hood and be all up in the hood and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And that's the same thing with Nipsey. I heard he was still would be in the hood. You a damn celebrity now. You can't be there without no damn weapons. These people don't, everybody that smile at you, they don't love you like that. People are so fake these days. They love you one minute, hate you the next. So I've talked to some other people about the whole Nipsey and Eric Holder situation, and they feel like shit, if it wasn't Eric Holder, it was going to be somebody else, maybe in his crew, and Nipsey's crew, or, just somebody in that environment, because you can't really truly help people in that environment. You can help them from afar, but you can't be sitting there kicking it with them people and just being around them, thinking everybody just love you. Some of them niggas be jealous of what you got, jealous of your girl, jealous of just all the stuff that God is blessing you with at the moment. But yeah, that was just very interesting that I asked, my good friend that I asked him that because I know that he has that history of being in the streets. And he told me, some of his friends, they've been, in the streets and had relationships, and they've had to be away from their girl, and they've had to go to prison, and she would wait on them, and then she'd get with another street dude. He was like, man, it ain't nothing but a big ass cycle. And he said it stops when these women choose differently. You got to really, choose to go another way, and if you do choose that street guy, make sure he is away from those neighborhoods. He ain't kicking it with them same people. You got to make sure he really made changes in his life, if that's the route you're going to go. So he was like, I'm putting it on the women. Women need to choose better. He was saying that a lot of women is desperate and they'll date that street dude that's in jail and be sending him money. And, so he had a lot of interesting things, you guys, to say on that.
I mean, these are just the rules. And these rules have been in effect for thousands of years now in some shape or form. So I don't see why everybody is getting all caught up in their feels over Kodak. And I don't understand why people are honestly shocked to the level that they are. I mean, I get the shock over Nipsey. Like I said, he was a street nigga who transitioned into doing positive things in his life and for his community, all of which are commendable. But at the same time, he never fully just up and left that life completely. And unfortunately, we all witnessed the end result on videotape. So in regards to Lauren London, I get the sympathy aspect people have for a woman who lost her man, but I need you all to put your sympathy to the side for a minute and honestly assess if whether or not she ultimately got what she asked for in a man, which resulted in the ending that took place. Like I said earlier, her description of a man, she sat there and told you that the moment O-Dog popped that convenience store clerk, she was immediately in love. She craved that type of energy from a man. So can you honestly sit up here and be surprised that her desire for the ultimate bad boy resulted in her bad boy going out in a similar style to that of what O-Dog did to the store clerk? Seriously, are you all honestly surprised here? I'm not. I mean, yeah, I get it. It's tragic. She's without a man and the kids are without a father now. I get all of that. Trust me, I do. But what all are you to expect to happen when you purposely pursue men who are about that type of life? This is the stuff that happens. And, this is bigger than just Lauren London. This is applicable to countless black women out there who want these thugs, these Pookies, and these Ray Rays. You all know what you all are signing up for when you go after these type of dudes. You all know what comes with that type of relationship. It's the same thing with women who date mobsters. As a matter of fact, the TV show The Sopranos, which is one of my favorite TV shows, by the way. But I remember this one scene where Tony and his wife thought that their house was about to get shot up or something like that. And Tony's wife, she had caught wind of the situation, and she ran to the hallway and opened up this secret compartment, and she pulled out a chopper, cocked it, and ran to the front of the house ready to get busy. Why? Because despite the life of luxury and being pampered that Tony provided for her, at the end of the day, she knew exactly what type of man she was married to, what type of business he was involved in,
right,
and the possible consequences of his business that could affect him and her and their kids.
So really quickly, you guys, I want you all to get down in those comments. Let me know, how did you feel about this last part 3 of the Lauren London series. Do you feel like Lauren London, brought this upon herself? Do you feel like she helped get Nipsey set up? Because I keep hearing that stupid theory. I don't believe that. What do you feel about this? Do you feel like you can date a street dude and not have, these type of consequences if you choose to date the right type of street dude? The guy that stays away from, those old neighborhoods that he used to hang out in, and he stay away from his old friends and he gets a new life. I mean, we have seen different guys, even in the industry, come from the streets, and we seen them change their whole lives. They didn't end up murdered. They ended up getting away from, bad friendships, bad business contacts, jealous people, so there is another way to do it. But how do you feel about this situation? Do you feel like Lauren London will continuously choose these type of men to be in relationship with? Or do you think she will learn something from this whole situation with Nipsey? Okay, do you think it's big enough for her to learn her lesson? I feel like it's a big lesson. And I really hope that she chooses differently in the future. Because even if she does, because this is the thing with the street guys, a lot of good guys can be street guys. Okay, hear me out. Because, like I said, we all have a past. Everybody can change their ways, and you can just move differently and be away from, your hood friends and, just people that ain't got your best interests at heart. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like if you do like a certain guy, you would just have to make sure that he's not around, he's not as accessible as Nipsey was in his situation. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Or do you guys feel like she just needs to change the type of guy she likes? And I agree with that too. I'm not at all saying you need to date a square. You need to date a nerd. You need to date a guy like Russell Wilson. Let's be honest. Not all women is going to want to be with that type of guy. Okay? You may not want the Will Smith type of guy, but choose somebody that you feel that loves you, that you love, that is in a positive environment, and, he does not have all of that negativity around him. Okay, so I just feel like it's a way to date who you want to date. Don't be just dating all these damn gangbangers. That's not what the fuck I'm saying. Don't do that. But what I'm trying to, because I want to be realistic, because I know so many guys that have had records in the past, that have prison rap sheets, and, they're doing well for themselves now. You may not be able to get away from that, but you just have to make sure he doesn't have one foot in with you and then one foot out in that world around those type of people that could harm him. You know what I'm saying? And take his life. There is a way to navigate through all of that. So y'all get down in the comments. Let me know how you feel about this. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I am your girl, Brand New. I will check you guys out later.